Is it working? Okay. Hi, everyone. My show is Being Courteous to Your Elders, and I have a person here with me. Well, I will bring him on. That is Red.
Hello.
And we are here together. Being courteous to your elders. So, Red.
Being courteous to elders means a lot. I call it being respectful to your elders. I'll be respectful to people that are older than me. I'll be respectful to people younger. I'll be respectful to people older.
But that's our age and our
that's
generation.
where we're from. Yeah.
But like my daughter's age group in the 20s,
they don't respect the elders.
Not so.
Well, most of the ones I don't. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. They don't respect because a lot of them don't get respect because a lot of the age bracket, the people at that time.
They don't get respect because they don't do things to get respect.
No, because they lost respect for the parent that were on crack back in the day. A lot of them.
But I'm not talking about that. I am not on crack.
No, I'm saying that's what the generation. I'm speaking on the generation.
I don't want to go in the past. I want to go now in the future.
I don't know about now because I don't have no kids. So I can't speak on now. I just see what happens, and I know why it's like that because the parents are messed up, so the children are messed up.
But you can't go on that. I am not messed up. I'm not knowing drugs, alcohol.
Well, I'm not saying you are.
But you just said.
I'm saying that's why the kids generally, no, not today. These kids that are 20, 30 years old, their parents were messed up and they lost respect for the parent.
Well, okay.
Going to jail or on drugs, drinking.
That's
you think
not my group. I mean,
Well, in your case, I don't know. I don't even know where the disrespect came in. I don't think it's your daughter. I think it's her boyfriend. See, he's the one that has all the disrespect.
It's people in the kids' life.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She's actually treats people with respect because I've known her around me. She's never been disrespectful. Your daughter hasn't, so that's why I can't speak on that.
And people that they're around.
Yeah, people they're around. Like before you tell me, it's mostly him, not her. You know, so I'm saying. I'm just being truthful for as far as disrespect goes. Generally speaking, that's what it be people, a lot of times people hang around people. Say, for instance, we have kids, right? And they're raised, maybe they're from another town and they're raised real good and people are good there. And then they move to a city and then they get around these people that are disrespectful and they pick up these bad habits. See, they pick up bad habits.
That sounds right.
They pick up bad habits, and then just like for instance, they could be real courteous and real respectful, and then they see these other kids disrespecting their parent or doing things that are not right, and then they pick up the habit thinking it's cool, because they think it's cool. See, these people nowadays, they think it's cool to be bad. You know?
I don't think.
You don't think so?
I don't think that too much. I don't think. Some kids don't think it's cool, but they do it in the presence of those other kids, people.
Because they don't want to seem square, you know.
Because they don't.
That's what it is. They know.
The pressure of the other people coming down on them. And
why'd you do that? You know, they do bad things to try to impress the people. When really they're good kids. I've seen it all the time.
But in other situations and circumstances.
They try to fit in. That's what they're doing. But how did we get the kids to be courteous?
So,
you
can't hit them.
No. What's a good solution though? If they don't know, if they're trying to be respectful.
The good solution is to ignore the situation.
No, you don't know. You got
to respect them.
And you have to demand. You have to demand your respect. What I'm saying, but what I mean by that is, say you're coming to
put your boundaries.
Yeah, say you're going to
boundaries.
You're in a situation, right? You know, and they say they're at your house and they're doing things at your house that's not up to your standards. That's your house. You pay the rent there. That's your house. So they have to respect you in your house. They might not respect anywhere else, but in your house. See, and that's the thing about it. When you're in their car and they do what they do, much you can't do because that's their choice if they want to be respectful in their car because it's something that's theirs. But when they're in your house, you can demand respect or they can get out.
So actually, in their car, in a car of anybody, it's not okay for one to say, "Hey, can you lower that music a little bit?" or "Can I roll the window down?" Or
well, you can roll the window. You ask them and whatever, but they should do it because out of consideration, out of respect. So you're older than them, right? So they should do it. They should want to do it because
I'm older than everybody.
So they should respect you, is what I'm saying. You know, if they're playing music loud and doing all that, and you say,
maybe you.
if you say turn it.
I'm an OG.
No, I don't think so. No,
Yeah.
You're 53, and
I am not.
And
I am not
70.
I am pretty much right there.
So how much older am I?
I am not.
My daughter's 45.
You don't need to
My daughter's 45.
Oh, good for her.
So she's
you don't
almost
tell
your
people's
age.
age. Especially when they're female. If I want to tell you my age, and I think I have on
I think you tell it all the time.
previous shows, I think.
You tell you don't. You're one female. Don't be ashamed of your age.
Huh?
You're not like a lot of women. You know, they always don't want to tell you.
Yeah, I'm 54.
No, really.
I'm okay.
I thought you were 53. Maybe 53.
I'm 54. I'm going to be 55
Wow.
May. So that's right around the corner.
Well, yeah, but you look young, so that's good. That's a good thing. But a lot of people, this is what I'm saying. See, I'm gonna tell you one thing you can't do. Like you said, you know, like you can't play with the kids. You gotta be mean. You gotta
be mean.
You gotta set a boundary. You can't let them play with you because when they play with you,
I only play
with
my
nice.
daughter. I can't be acting different with my kid.
Or being nice
with my kid. Because we went out, because we had a long day, and it was
yesterday.
The first time I ever got to be having time with my kid in her car. But I did ask a favor. This might catch me up. I asked a favor. I said, "Sweetheart, do you think that you can help me with someone in your household, one of the guys, can come drive me to some place and then be there just to keep the peace?"
I got you.
And then I called her and asked her, "Hey, do you think I should feed the guy that helped me, that you put that down there?" She said, "Yeah, but I don't think he'll say he's not hungry." So actually we went and took care of the business here. Huge, you know, I can't go shopping for big bags of cat food and big items, like cat litter and all that. We went up the store right next to her work, the store. I went and zipped through there, got my cat food, got my stuff. I couldn't find the car or the guy or anything. So I called her at work. The cart wouldn't let me push it to her work because it just stopped. You know, the magnet things.
Yeah.
I just sat there and I told her, "Look, don't leave me. Please don't leave me. My stuff's in the car. I need you to take this stuff. I'm going to feed us. I'm going to go feed us too." Car was full. She actually was sitting in the back. I didn't even know. It scared me because I'm like, "Oh, hey." I left the cart and I was watching it, but
right.
And I'm calling out. I'm looking in cars to find the guy in the car. I'm like, "Oh my God, where's the guy?" And I saw him, like, I called out his name, and then he stopped the car, and I'm like, "Oh, that's my cart right there. Just go around and pick me up." So I watched him go around, and then he pulled in front, and I went to open the door, and the window came down, the back window. I'm like, "Oh, great. He has one of his friends in the car." Praise God. It was my daughter. scared the holy heck out of me. I was like, oh, because he has to pick her up at a certain time, and there's usually, oh my God, I was just pleasantly surprised.
So did you sit in the front seat?
She was sitting in the back.
Did you sit in the front?
Yeah, but I didn't say nothing.
They did that for you.
And
so you said something in the past.
That's the first time ever.
You said something in the past, evidently.
I did.
Yeah, okay.
I chewed her out.
Okay. So see, that's the turnaround.
She says, it's my car, it's my this, and blah, 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 and all that. And I'm like, okay, that's true. But it's polite, and I've brought you up being polite and with manners and all of that stuff. And you should be putting the person, you put his mom in the front seat. So who am I? I'm your mom, right? And you choose to stuff me in the back where I can't even bend my knees, barely, and I have issues. So,
but she did do it last night. That's good.
Yeah, I was.
But that's the right way to be, though.
I'm happy. I thank you, daughter.
But a lot of times these young people don't have the manners and the.
But we went to eat somewhere. And it's McDonald's is happy. This place is Mr. Charlie's.
What is that?
Mr. Charlie's is upside down. Just imagine McDonald's, the color yellow and red, and with Happy Meals. This is Frowny Meals. Do you want a Frowny Meal?
Is that what they call it?
Frowny. They're all frowns. Frowny cups, frowny
How does
boxes.
It taste? Does the food taste good?
No, it's the plant-based place.
Oh.
No cow meat, blah, blah, blah.
And you like that?
No, not really. The guy goes, so how you like it? And I'm like, I don't. He goes, seriously? And I'm like, no, I like McDonald's fries better. He goes, but how about the burger?
Was this in San Francisco?
How about the burger? And I'm like, I don't like it.
San Francisco?
Yeah. In the town with the big buildings, like right in the town, like, yes.
Daly City?
No, from where I live. Cross to the other side.
Financial district?
Maybe. It's just way up there, high.
Like Navio?
Okay, it doesn't really matter. It was...
Chinatown? No, it doesn't matter.
Such a goof.
But listen, let's get back to courtesy. Let me tell you something. Like when you're on the bus, just say for instance, I've seen women get on the bus, different people. They get up for me more so than most elders. So only because I dress the way I dress, they jump up real fast when I get up with a cane. For some reason.
With the cane, they get up.
Yeah, because I have a cane.
Right.
I don't have a cane.
When you weren't having a cane, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Stood.
No, yeah, they didn't. Now with the cane, how about you?
I get, yup. The young ones.
They give you a seat.
That never got up before.
Get up now.
Because they see it's the appearance, it is more difficult. And I'm like struggling sometimes. I don't really want to show that, but.
Right. No, I understand.
But everybody, yeah. Smaller women that have sturdiness about them. Kids, yeah, they get up.
No, I said it. Some do now more so.
A lot.
A lot. But like 5 years ago, it wasn't like that.
No.
And I still was 65.
No.
I was 65. I was still
old. But you didn't carry the cane around with you.
No, I didn't. I was still old.
You get more respect with
a cane.
Crutches, canes, wheelchairs. I don't know. All
they do that. Like you said,
of old
they do that, but it takes all that for them to respect elders.
Yes.
Because
yes,
for years,
I don't want that. I mean,
for years they haven't been doing it like you see. And then you know what I mean. And you're still old, but you're just not. You know what it was.
I don't want the appearance to have to carry that, but But yeah.
You only carry one now. You don't carry two.
See, yeah, no.
You got one now, right?
No, I got one.
But I remember one time you had two, so you're doing better.
In the house, no. Out on the street?
Yeah, back in the music.
No. That was a walker.
24th Mission?
That was a walker. I mean, I used my walker to get, because I couldn't move. I couldn't, from the waist down. My legs were bad.
They're better now.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
good. That's great.
From happy to sad.
So the people, like I said, what makes the younger people be disrespectful, like I said, is when you play with them. If the ones what I notice is, because when I was at the chicken shack, that's why I stopped playing with people, because I used to get around there and you shuck and jive, and you're doing all that. Then they get out of sometimes they get beside themselves. Some of those people, I don't know if they be drinking or they just come around there, tripping. And I gotta check them. I gotta jump mad. I don't want to do that.
When you give an inch,
they take them out.
That's an opening.
Yeah. So that's why.
She let me stay the night this time, so I can just continually.
Yeah, all that type of stuff. You can't do it.
Right.
You can't do it. People be disrespectful.
Right.
That's why I was telling. I was talking to a friend of mine because I was thinking about what you told me yesterday, and then I was talking to a friend of mine. He's talking about the problems he got with these people he sits with. And I told him, I said, man, you like to be nice to people, you like to give people things. And then they take advantage, they expect it every time, so they're going to follow you, they're going to ask you for stuff because they know you give stuff, you give people things. That's the way you are, he's always helping. And so I told him about it, I said, man, me, I don't be around none of the people. That's why I stopped going to the over there, meeting you at that table over there at the mall, because it ain't nothing but a bunch of hardheads over there. And I said, you like it. There ain't even no women over there. What is your purpose? You like to just be nice to these guys and they're stressing. They ain't got no woman around there. 10 guys sitting together.
Weird.
That's weird right there.
Yeah.
And I said, man, that ain't cool. I said, at least when you was at the other mall when Frida was coming, it was a few women coming around there. Now it's just strictly dudes. And they're stressing for some reason. And then they argue and fuss. What's the thrill in that?
What's the thrill?
Yeah, what's the thrill?
You should be sitting there quiet going, you see the legs on it? Oh, just kidding.
That's what I mean. If they had some women sitting there, they have a better conversation. Because men act better when they're around women, if you notice. Mm-hmm. And women act better when they're around men. So they need to have a thing like that. When you got all
Really?
men,
give me an example of that.
of men acting better around women.
Uh-huh.
Well, they're always on that because they don't want to, show that they're not smart. They don't want to be, because if you look at the woman, not even if they're liking that one, they know that one might know somebody. So they want to put their best appearance out. Because you might have friends. Say, for instance, you might be taken. You might have someone. Or whatever the situation. Or whatever the situation is. The guy is going to be his best behavior. He's not going to show you his like he does around guys. Guys, when they're together, it's like the locker room talk and all that. And that's why I said I don't want to hear that. That's why I was telling my friend, his name is Roy. It's okay. Give Roy a shout out. His name is Roy, and he's a good friend. He went to my birthday party, and he was there. And I told him, I said he's one of my best friends because of that. I got 3 friends, and he's 4 with Friday. She's actually family. So I call them men friends. I got about a few. And I was telling him yesterday that he's cool. But I said a lot. He said he got 50 or 100 associates. And I said, but all those people you hang with, you don't call them friends, but you go to Reno with them, you send them money, you do all this. How are they not a friend? I don't do nothing like that, but nobody but friends. You're going to loan money, but you don't loan money, do all that with acquaintances. Some people do, though. Some people do that, but I don't do it. I'm not going to work.
I mean...
I'm not going to, but I've learned in the last 5 years. So I've only, like my acquaintance list is smaller now.
That friend word, what do you think a friend is? And I'll tell you what.
What I think a friend is? Mm-hmm. A friend is somebody that's there for you when you have something or you don't have something, when you're sick or when you're well. Things don't change. The conditions don't change the friendship. Like if they're homeless or if they have a penthouse, whatever, that don't change. They're the same person. If you neither one of you have a car, you walk together. If you neither one of you have a cab fare. You catch the bus together. You be together regardless. You be there for them. If they have money and you don't have money and they go eat, whoever has the money pay for the food. It's not, well, you pay or I'm not going if you ain't buying me. You know, it ain't that type of thing. Money has nothing to do with it. Time has nothing to do with it. You spend quality time with that friend and you enjoy each other, whether it's a male or female. The point is, a friendship is somebody you get depend. If you go to the hospital, they come to see you. You go to see them. You know, I had a friend, and it was that same thing. And why I backed away from him is that the friend, he said the friend ain't gonna recognize me. I'm not gonna go see him. It was a friend of ours that was in the hospital, and he's got old timers. He's 80-something years old. And I said I'm going. I said let's go see him. He said he ain't gonna recognize us, so I'm not gonna go. And he had a car, and I didn't have a car, so I backed away from him. And we're not close like we used to be because of that. But the point of it is, I went over there and went to see him. And when I went to see the friend, he, you probably know him, Charlie Walker. I give him a shout out. I hope he get well soon. He, we was in a group together and all that. But the reason why I went to see him, just like I go see people. I went to see my other friend pretty well. I go to the hospital and see friends. Because people did that for me when I was sick. So I know it's the right thing to do. And so when I did that, I never did tell him that I went and go to see him. Because when I went to see him, he didn't recognize me, right? But you know what he did recognize? And that made my day and made his day. He said, boy, you sharp. And he smiled. He said how clean I was. I was sharp, dressed up.
He called you Roy?
No, he said, you're dressed up. He didn't call me Roy. He said, you're dressed up. You look good. He didn't know my name and he didn't know who I was. But he seen I was clean and he used to always say that to me. Charlie Walker used to always say, man, you sharp. He used to always say that anyway.
I'm sure that he would remember.
But he smiled and I made him happy when I was there, when I visited him. And the point of it is, friends be there for you through the good or the bad.
Thick and thin.
You don't abandon him because he don't remember you. You still go see him.
I think the only way I thought friends were is when I lived in Idaho.
Yeah.
Is from here, and you're with them, like my friend Cindy Kersey.
Yeah.
But her name's not Kersey anymore. I can't remember your last name, Cynthia. It's
right.
Shout out, anyways. Oh my gosh. Our kids would play together. Then I helped. We used to be in business together. Well, she was in business, and I was helping her.
Right.
And we do crazy things and things that you don't do with anybody else. Like I made candles in her garage, and we went to Bible study at her house.
Yeah.
And you become closer and closer, and then you learn things about the person that you never knew, and and you go through crying times and happy times.
You guys been together friends a long time.
And our kids, and her daughter was my little flower girl at my wedding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was a friend you had. That was one of your good friends?
The kids are all grown up, and the son's supposed to be living out here
somewhere. That was one of your good friends, right?
She still is, right?
Well, that's just like my friend. This other day, I got back friends
her
with
own life. And
right. Speaking of friends, that's just like
5 minutes to cut it off.
Oh, okay. So, you go.
I don't know. That's friendship, is knowing someone. And then when I came here, right, you're just a kindred spirit right off the bat.
Right.
You were a kindred spirit to me.
Yeah.
And of course, I would take and help you at any given moment for anything. Because I would watch people take advantage of you.
Right.
And I didn't like that, and I would tell you that. I told you that later, but...
Right. Well, I didn't really know, because a lot of people, I didn't know who to trust, who not to. And then the person that you were telling me about, I thought was my friend.
Best friend, but
and then Willie P was telling me that I thought he was a friend. Now, he's not a friend of mine. And that guy's not a friend, really. He's the one I was talking about going to see Charlie Walker. They wouldn't take me to see him.
But
that's what I'm saying. That's when you know friends are not friends. Even if you give them a second chance.
It might be harder when you're older.
It might be harder. I really want to understand.
When you're older, to distinguish
friendship.
Yeah, I don't want anything from you.
No, it's not harder. No, it's harder. It's not harder when you're older. You know what it's harder? It's harder when you have money. It's not harder when you're older. When you don't have no money,
I never had any money.
When you have money, I'm just saying, when you're making money.
Okay.
Like I was making money over there.
Okay.
I was making money over there, so a lot of times people, I was willing and dealing to have money. So I didn't trip.
I'm a watcher.
I didn't trip off that.
I watched people take advantage of people.
I didn't trip that much.
You were one of them.
No, I know what happened.
People took advantage.
At that time,
but you didn't.
I didn't pay
believe
attention.
Me, but
I know you seen it because when I get up and leave, and you would see what was going on.
I was nobody.
It's like
we have to wind down.
Okay, you got 3 minutes.
So
go on.
It's
your show.
Be respectful of your elders, right?
Right, you do.
Elders, even elders are not respectful of the elders. People of 30s, 40s, even those people are not respectful.
Well, that's just not having no class. When I see people older do it, they just trifling because they just, some people are just ignorant and they're fools.
Completely.
And they do that because they have no respect for their self as well as other people. I see it all the time.
I gotta wind down and, oops, sorry. No. Oh my word. Say a little quick word to the audience about respecting.
Well, you have to respect. I'm going to say this. Respect is something that you have to give it in order to get it. If you don't give respect, a lot of times you can't get it. I give respect, and I'm going to give my queen a shout out, you understand me, Queen Beverly, because she's very respectful, and she said hi to you. She want me to tell you hi. So you know I wanted to do that.
Hi.
Yeah, and
thank you, Beverly.
The thing about it is that that's the key. You got to give respect in order to get it. If you give respect and you don't get it, then you don't need to be around those people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Red.
Okay, so what's
Uncle Red?
You got 1 minute to give a closing.
You see my background? Isn't that awesome? Woo! I want to tell you that I wish that I could communicate with you all because you could give us
feedback,
ideas that you want to hear about and stuff, right? Okay, well, I have so much to tell you, but I can't this time. I'm going to be back and do a show about what's going on in my life. But today, I have to wind down and we got to go because the show's over. But yeah, respect and just do the right thing. Do the right thing. The right thing is move out of the way. Don't, well, somebody that I know does road rage, but don't do these bad things. Do good. Make the world a better place to live.
Right.
We love you. Love you. I'll see you again. Thank you so much for watching my show. Bye.